We're seeing incredible growth with Azure in general. So before we even talk about Azure Stack, talk about Azure, 120,000 new customer subscriptions per month. That's incredible momentum. It's growing faster than any other dominant web platform. It will, I don't think anybody doubts it's going to be the leading web platform in a very short order. But the other thing is how pervasive it is. Over 95% of the Fortune 500, for example, use it. But the thing that fascinates me is a poll was just completed by Piper Jaffray, the investment firm, because they're looking at how to evaluate Microsoft stock. What they uncovered was that 72% of all of the Azure customers they polled intend to deploy on Azure Stack sometime over the next 3 years. So do the math on that, 120,000 new subscriptions a month, and as high as 72% of those customers may be deploying on Azure Stack. Huge momentum behind this market. But as popular as Azure is, and as popular as frankly all clouds are in general, there's a very compelling need for Azure Stack specifically. And I think the greatest indication of the proof point for this is a poll that was done that said that 68% plan to migrate at least one application back to an on-prem environment. Now, granted, that poll was probably heavily weighted towards the early adopters, and they got there and they realized that there were certain use cases or certain characteristics that really indicated those given workloads needed to be on-prem or needed to be in a private cloud. And that's where Azure Stack comes in, because Azure Stack allows you to write once to the Azure interface. That API is the same. And then you can take that application and deploy it either in a public environment or in a private or on-prem cloud. So if you go back to those early cloud adopters and we say, we know that a lot of you think you might have overcorrected and rushed to the cloud and you want to bring things back. Well, if you deploy on Azure, you don't have to worry about that being a heavy lift. Because if you write to Azure, it's up to you whether you deploy it on-prem or in a public environment.